Hello everybody, WWJD here of the Pacific Storm Allies Gamers. In this video I'm going to be showing you some of the features of the new Pacific Storm Allies 1.7 unofficial patch. I'm going to be showing you some of the things and talking to you about some of the things. So the first thing you're going to notice is that we actually have a correct version number. This will be helpful so you know when you have the patch actually installed. Let's go, and before we go into the new some of the new features or visuals, let's go and talk a little bit about the things going on behind the scenes. One of the things is we have a new 64-bit EXE, new 64-bit DLLs. That's going to help with game performance and stabilization. Stabilization. There we go. So we have those going. We have new AI scripts for the strategic level of the game. And speaking of the strategic level, let's go ahead and pull up the historical campaign and take a little look-see. We have some changes here. Alright, loading. Alright, here we are. Here is the new strategic level map. As you will notice, we now have a new setup. All the zones have been given to their correct nations at the, historically correct nations. So now it is actually historic. However, there is also some changes. If you go into the bases, you'll notice none of the bases have units. This was done so that the player is in full control over their nation. It is now on the player's responsibility to build the economy and all of the units for your nation before war. You have full war preparations to work with. This is actually going to be, I think, a fun feature to maybe see some people make videos with, because now that you're starting from scratch, you don't have like things like a Colorado battleship that you can just maybe upgrade later. You have to actually build all of your ships. You have to, I think this will also put a lot more focus on the resource management of the game, because you're going to have to work with getting, resources instead of just claiming as many bases at the start of the game as possible. Because right now, to claim a new base, you have to go to war. That's going to be it's going to be interesting to see what kind of things happen with this new strategic level map. So that's about it with the strategic level, except for the new AI scripts. The AI have been changed so they are much more aggressive and they think more logically. Each base has a priority for the AI to capture, and using those numbers and the new aggressive script I added, it makes it for a lot more fun in the gameplay area. I would recommend that if you want to play with like more realistic, I would say easy or normal, because if you hit hard, the AI will start spawning in new fleets. That is something that I have not fixed in this patch. Hopefully, I don't know if I'm ever going to fix this, because it really does add to the difficulty level for someone who's looking for a major challenge. However, in easy and normal, that is pretty much non-existent. So, I might just leave it the way it is, because I already have fixed the logic of their their tactical, problems. So, we've done that. Let's go ahead and take a little look-see at the tactical level of the game. Alright, so let's head on. Oops, nope. Let's head on into the tactical missions. We're going to start off with the US. I'm sorry. We're going to want to go to Battle Planner. There we go. I'm going to pull in 3 units. We have done model work for many of the Pacific Storm 1, or original Pacific Storm ships, for the United States and for Japan. I cancel. I'm sorry, I'm trying to select those units. Obviously, not everything has been replaced. We actually left the Pacific Storm Allies alone. Those models were decent enough to be used, I feel. So we left those for now, and we're going to hopefully in the 1.8 update start working further on the on getting more models for the rest of the Pacific Storm 1 units. Alright guys, so we're now in the tactical level of the game, and the first thing you might notice is the water looks a bit different. Obviously these bars that you see here are not part of the patch. That is just my computer acting up. We have been doing some work with the material on the water, and we have added layers to the water. So the water now has a better reflection to it, as you can see maybe by seeing the clouds reflect onto the water. out in the distance out there, or looking at the ship reflections, or just by, looking at the reflection of the sun. Also, the water has new transparent features to it, so now it's much easier to look through and see things like the coral along the bases. Another thing is with we got a new material file for the environment, which really helps, I think, with the sky and really does make it look nice and three-dimensional. The reason for us doing a material now is because in 1.8 I want to be putting in a new shader file, which will really help the graphics in this game. So I needed to go ahead and do a material first. Another thing you might have noticed is we now have new models on many of the original Pacific Storm ships. And I'm not going to show you in detail because I want you guys people to experience them for your own and explore them. However, I will show you how we have new worked materials for the ships. As you can see, on one side it's much lighter than on the other because of shading for the sun. This actually was part in PSA Vanilla. However, it has been changed up so that it's much more pronounced and also does not look like the sun's actually reflecting off of the hull, like it actually has been painted gray like they were. So that's some of the changes we have in the tactical level. We also have new audio. So let's see if I can't start up this and see if we can't listen in on some of the audio. Yeah. There we go, that's some audio changing. Another thing with the reflections in the water is it looks really nice when along the beachhead. When when a shell hits, it really looks nice to see the reflection of that. There we go, right there. It looks really nice, I think. Really adds in another dimension. But yes, we have completely reworked the audio. I want to thank the moderators for helping me out with all this. Our moderators are modders in the Steam group. I also have I want to thank one of our moderators for getting permission for these models for these ships. These ship models were gotten from subsim.com by their modders. And I'm not sure how he pronounces his alias, so I'm going to put that in the description below, but I want to thank him for getting permission for us to use these models and textures because they really are nice. And they really do advance the look in this game. We have some changes, obviously, the effects. You can see the fire has more detailed effects to it. Looks really nice. The shells and or I should say the smoke from where the cannons are firing, those have nice looks to them. You can see the reflections now in the water. Those are very prominent. Everything sounds good. Everything's looking nice and clean. I feel like this is really going to be a really nice update. Plus, everything runs better with a new 64-bit EXE, and also it's a lot more stable for the large battles. Since we're able to use, a lot more of the RAM and processing and graphics power. So basically, this is the Pacific Storm Allies 1.7 patch video or overview. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you want to support us in the development of these patches, go ahead and hit that like button down below, and maybe leave a comment. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put a comment down there. Go ahead and ask us. If you're not already a member of the Pacific Storm Ally Steam group, go ahead and join us on Steam. It's easy to log in. You just search for us, and then you can join. No invite needed or anything. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you here, there, or in the air.